Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back to another trek through the dungeon. Here we bring you the one-off run with Octo-lich the Destroyer, who is a octopus wizard specialized in poison arrow for a while, and now desperately trying to make the transition to endgame build with necromutation and firestorm. I just picked up the necronomicon at the end of the last vid where we left off, and am trying to figure, how I'm going to make this work. With wizardry, I get a 63% fail. Without it, it's, almost complete fail. But I'm pretty close. I'm pretty sure if I get necromancy and transmutation both up to 13 or 14-ish, I should be in good shape. So getting them there is going to be the tricky part. Unfortunately, I'm running out of easy experience spots in the game. I haven't touched Crypt, but the door to Crypt is very well guarded. Also, let's bear in mind that once I have necromutation, that doesn't instantly make me a winner. I still need to build Firestorm up, and Firestorm fail is still pretty high as well at 28%, although admittedly with Staff of Wizardry it becomes a lot less. I have been training evocations on the side, and it's up to 19 now. I think this is a good moment to stop and take a quick peek at the crawl wiki to see what kind of cutoffs I need for the crystal ball in order to make it reliable. My gut feeling is that at 19 evocations I will only need 20 mana to evoke it to have maximum chances. Let's see. Minimum percent mana for success rate is 36%, so 1 in 3 times 51 is 1 in 7 is 17 mana minimum. So yeah, 17 to 20 mana range is about what I would need to maximize my success rate, and my maximum success rate is still going to be about a 10% failure. But if I were to push it all the way up to level 27, I could only really improve this number by 3%. So I would get more increase on amount of mana recovered, which actually, here's the formula for those who are curious, is 5 plus 1d evocations. So absolute minimum of 6, absolute maximum of 32, with it typically coming out somewhere in the middle, so 17 sounds about right, or 15, yeah. Anyway, it's not worth training evocations further is kind of my point. This is a good spot to be at. Let's leave off evocations for the time being. So at this point in the game, I can treat my crystal ball as being reliable enough to use as long as I'm over 17 mana. So really all that leaves now is getting Firestorm Hungerless, and rather than trying to train spellcasting to 27, I would rather train Necromancy and Transmutations up to 15. The Torment immunity will help, and once I have all that stuff online, I can take on the Elven Halls no problem. Okay, into the fray. I'm going to proceed through the main dungeon first. It's probably my best source of experience at the moment. Elven Halls puts me at risk of being abyssed, which I can afford, but would rather not have to afford until I have necromutation. Because once I have necromutation, then what's the Elven Halls? What's the abyss gonna do to me? Can't even make me hunger. I guess stat drain is a problem, and I can always run into a bone dragon or something that can really put the hurt on me. But overall, I'm in good shape if I get that far. Okay. Man, my pack is full. Seriously? Good God, what crap am I looking around? I'm not going to use the Ring of Cold. Let's just drop that. Ooh, Scroll of Amnesia. Excellent. I need to forget something. What? I don't know, but there was something that I definitely need to forget soon. Regeneration I should hold off on forgetting for a while. Mephitic Cloud, on the other hand, it's only useful against elves, most likely. Like the best target I could have to use it on in the foreseeable future will be elves, because shit, I lost a lot of scrolls there. Yeah, the best target I have is elves in the foreseeable future because elven halls, so I'm going to be running into them for sure. And they are easy to confuse, all resistible, very dangerous mages, so confusing them is worth it. But even in that situation, I would much rather just, cast poison clouds and get out of line of sight, or just, fireball them. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't even use it then, and that's the most likely situation. It's always sad to see Mephitic Cloud go, though. I mean, it stays on my list as long as it does, because it is a great spell. Oh, you are so gonna die. I'm not gonna let you reach me. This would be a good time to use the ball of energy. Because remember, my cutoff, not actual limit, but tentative limit is about 20, and that's about 60 damage in one turn. Okay, good. I got the better of him. And here would be a good time to cast Regenerate. Because I'm at low enough health that I want my health back. Let's drop that. Let's wield the Channel Staff and start channeling back mana. It's gonna make me hungry. Oh no, I ate a ration, so my actual hunger status is really good. Channeling. Just keep fire up. It's the most powerful wand I have. Yeah, I need to start dropping some of this. I have way too much food. It's weird, I went from having too little to too much. I could reasonably just rely on my permanent food stocks and go through Elf right now, honestly, with Firestorm, and just compound. What the hell? There was a scroll of Identify right there, and then... Found a scroll of Identify. Blah, 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 blah. It's gone. I guess Fireball can destroy scrolls? I did not know that. Let me check that, actually. Do I have a scroll I don't care for? How about my 6th scroll of Fear? I'm not going to need that many. I hope. Knock on wood, right? No, it's still right there. I don't know what to tell you. That's weird. Am I wearing sustainabilities? Okay, good. That'll take the edge off it if I accidentally, if I happen to use the crystal ball and it sucks. I would love to fire, but I can't because they're blocking my way, and I don't have any beam spells. So I guess I'll just Iron Shot. One of these guys is gonna get hit. The dragon got hit. It actually missed all the mosquitoes. And the dragon was in fact a shapeshifter, who is significantly vulnerable to everything. Awesome. Let's heal up, and oh, wouldn't you know it, there's stuff here. Let's poison it. Now if you decide to come around, you can come right into my waiting arms. And by arms, I mean armament. Go ahead and just skip the scroll of Remove Curse, I don't need it. Getting out of those clouds immediately because they are like nasty stuffs. I like these traps, incidentally, the cloud traps where you activate them, then they're gone. They don't stay forever or whatever. You can't abuse them. But at the same time, they are the traps that make me think maybe I should have gotten some trap skill. You know what I mean? Okay, Boris is gone. Boris has gone invisible. And there comes the Orb of Destruction. I'm not going to let it hit me. And I'm not going to fight Boris in that hallway, actually. I'm going to let him... I would rather fight in a different place. Where I had more advantages. I'm so impatient. I want this to be done already. Necromutation, 63%. You know, if I had an Amulet of Resist Mutation, I could potentially cast Necromutation despite it being at a low level. No, that's just gonna get me abyssed by Necromutation miscasts. I'm not following Sif Muna where I can afford to just keep trying over and over. Also, what just happened? I got blasted and blood's all over the walls. That looked like a disintegration effect, honestly. Hey, I got the food for this. I should just be chomping through food whenever I feel the least bit low. Channel. Actually, let's use the crystal ball to channel. 2 casts, full magic. That's just fantastic. Gotta love it. It's actually kind of staggering, honestly. And for those who are, I don't know about all of my players who hasn't, or viewers who hasn't used it before, but if you're like I used to be and you'd never used anything but Sif Muna for the most part because you were worried about the drawbacks, you gotta actually try this out and understand what it feels like to be like, I have 19 mana? Fine. Now I have 0. Yeah, that did not go well. Me and my big mouth. Let's switch to channeling. Channel a couple times. Channel a couple times more with the centaur. Now we use the crystal ball and wield something nice. Fire. Okay, got him. Whoopsies! And see, that can happen, but the vast majority of the time it doesn't. In fact, that's going to happen 1 in 10 times. There is a chance of something going wrong. When something goes wrong, odds are good it's going to be temporary confusion, for which I have clarity, or it's going to be temporary int loss, for which you have sustainabilities, or it's going to be something else. I mean, the odds of it just, the odds of the worst happening and you being mana drained to 0 are fairly low. It doesn't happen to me with anything resembling regularity. And a good part of that is admittedly because I don't have to use the channeling of the crystal ball all the time. It only needs to be done once every 30-40 mana, once or twice every 30-40 mana, compared to, say, the staff of channeling, which is constantly in need of more work. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Boris is still alive on this floor, so no matter how easy the floor starts to feel, I gotta remember that he's there and at large. Okay, this is about the area he was last sighted in, so extra incentive for caution. He won't be invisible after all this time. He'll have gone revisible again. That's why I'm not putting on my Dex minus ring, for the sake of seeing invisibility. Also because I really just don't like being at -5 Dex. You know, there are ordinary rings of sea invisibility too. I just happen to have the bad luck of not having any sort of... In fact, let's just prove that, shall we? In the whole dungeon, I have come across one thing that can let me see invisible, and it was an artifact ring with a -5 Dex drawback. This has not been a lucky run. But again, make your own luck, etc., etc. It hasn't been a bad run, particularly. Okay, I don't know what it is, or why I hit it, but whatever it is, I would like to see. Let's replace sustainabilities. It's a good thing I looked. I was going to try for a poison cloud, but that wouldn't have made a difference. Okay. Can go ahead and put on sustainabilities again. There's Boris. I knew that asshole was around somewhere. Iron shots or poison arrows and iron shots, I think. I can definitely hide behind minions if he shoots the most devastating spells. The most dangerous thing he can do is abyss me, honestly. But I doubt he will. I hope he won't. The experience I get for killing him is going to be quite reasonable. Let's haste. I think that will be the smartest thing I could do first. Haste, and then now he knows I'm here. And he can see invisible, so let's just blast him. Okay. That's gonna hurt if it hits me. I'm gonna use my instant fireball, see if that pushes him over the edge. Did not. Got my centaur skeleton. And now he's gone. Awesome. Let's pick up delayed fireball again. Never forget to keep that thing charged. That's what I made a big deal of how thingy-mabob. Train of thought dying. Right, I made a big deal of how delayed fireball casts instantly. This was pointed out to me once when I was playing Crawl in the online system, and it really is just a extra burst to your damage, your instantaneous damage if you need it. Necromutation is actually down to 85%, so with wizardry, 45%. It's 4 out of 10. It's not nearly good enough. I can wangle it, but at risk of suffering some horrible mutation issues. What kind of... Oh, this is an Etten. Yeah, don't stay in melee range with an Etten unless you absolutely have no choice. And that's that. Floor complete. Do I go one deeper or do I go out to elf? Deeper elf, deeper elf, deeper elf, deeper elf, deeper elf, deeper. Let's go deeper. I mean, this is the straightforward path. Okay, that's fine. That's burnable. That's self-casting. Suicidal. Please ignore that. I'm not that far away from the point in the game where I'm no longer going to need to have a ring of magical power on. Oh, nice. Definitely want repel missiles because orcs have been known to throw things at me. I think the orc warlord died or is almost dead. Regardless, he's poisoned, so he might die regardless. Once this thing goes into ball mode, I won't be able to hit it. Channeling? Yeah, let's channel up to the appropriate minimum. Or, yeah, to the best, and then just channel ball the rest of the way. Now, let's see what's here to butcher. Just orcs, huh? Fine, give me an orc. And then the rest of you, rise. Oh, I'm out of inventory space again. You know what we're gonna do? It's time to do this. So for those of you who don't know how pulling up that menu, the button on top above enter, the slash, I think backslash, brings up the auto pickup menu. These are all the items that are going to be automatically picked up. You'll notice some have negative signs in front of them because the game automatically assumes you don't want it and turns them off. Which is very smart of the game, because curse armor and curse jewelry are pretty useless scrolls. I'm going to manually disable a lot of these. I, for example, no longer want more wands of digging. I have one, it's plenty. Disintegration, same logic. Well, I can stand to pick one more of those up. I don't want draining, I don't want enslavement, I don't want flame or frost. I can still pick up a firer and be happy. I have a wand of hasting, so... But if I find an extra, that would be nice too. I don't need a wand of invisibility, I don't need lightning, I don't need paralysis, I don't need random effects, and I definitely don't want slowing. I am done picking up wands of enchant weapon. Or scrolls of enchant weapon. At this point, I'm not using a weapon, so it doesn't matter. Amnesia, I still very much want more of. Same with blinking, same with acquirement. Fear, I'm 50-50 on, I'll keep it on rather than turn it off. Fog, yes, same logic. Don't need holy word. I do want identify, I do want mapping. Recharging, I don't want silence. I don't want unholy creation, but I'll keep it on the list because I can always just read it instantly. And vulnerability I might want for removing contamination from miscast effects. Amulet-wise, I already have an Amulet of Clarity, so I can just turn all of the rest of these off. I don't even need that. Rings of Dex, I might be interested in seeing how valuable they are. Same with Evasion. I have no interest in Rings of Ice. I do care about Rings of Intelligence, don't care about Magical Power. Yeah, I already have one, so I'm not going to put a second one on, that's for sure. AC boosting rings, sure, why not? I don't need rings of cold. I definitely don't want any more. Well, again, I'll want to evaluate how good a ring of strength it is. Sustain abilities, I would like a second. I don't need sustenance, ring of sustenance, and I'm about to hit the point where I don't need sustenance either. Tired of potions of agility, don't need blood, don't want more, well, give me brilliance if it's there. Cure mutation, I obviously want curing, experience, gain dexterity, heal wounds, invisibility, don't want any more levitation. I've got more than enough. Magic is very important since I'm using the crystal ball, so I can hang on to those. You can stop picking up might potions, stop picking up, well, I'll keep the rest of those as they are. Staves, I already have all of them, so I don't need any more. And for God's sakes, if you come across a rune, pick the damn thing up. Okay. Now, that should make my process a little bit simpler. Oh, wait. I don't need scrolls of enchant armor either, do I? Hang on, how many scrolls of enchant armor do I know of? Tons. Yeah, okay. Then, if I ever get a new hat and happen to need one, I'll just go back for them, so don't pick those up either. And you'll notice that it no longer is highlighted, because the game is no longer considering it worth picking up. I don't generally open the auto pickup menu for a long time, but especially as my game hits the long game, and stuff that used to be nice now is just tedious to keep dropping, or stuff that I only really want one of and I already have one. Yeah, it's helpful to just go through and with a pair of shears and just turn all those off. And it in no way stops you from manually picking it up, and the game will still stop to say, hey, by the way, we noticed this thing every now and then, but it won't pester you about, I'm not moving from here until you drop more from your inventory. God damn it. There we go. Crystal ball failed and then made it succeed. Let's go with the hunger staff. There's an orc warrior? Oh, he's dead now. So now he doesn't count. Okay, let's see. What should I do? I would love to poison and then close the door, but I'm not going to have the luxury, so I'm going to open with a fireball, which should kill one of the mages. And I'm trying to poison him. There we go, got him. And then fireball to kill the remaining enemies. I think I got drained, but not for a lot. Bolster my allies and continue the search. Let's fireball because I can. Poison arrow because OpPA style. Again, I'm carrying this scroll of enchant weapon from God knows when, which I've already decided I no longer need, so lose it. Ooh, fun room. Let's start off by blasting as many priests as I can, and this is gonna hurt. Never mind, my buckler happened to block the blow, which was nice. Try saying that 3 times fast. Buckler block the blow. Just gonna do one of the mass poison cloud things and then back off. I've got such a physical army that they're not gonna reach me, except the ones who don't walk through the poison, and then I'll come back to finish the stragglers. And of course raise them all on my side, so, you know, any meat walls that I lost, I now have in double. Okay, what the fuck is this place? I'm gonna use an old trick, using Poison Cloud to walk, because clouds cannot spawn on top of clouds, which means as long as I have a Poison Cloud down. Are these... oh, these are walls. Okay, never mind. That explains why I can't. As long as I have a Poison Cloud down, I can just walk. And I'm going to keep using Crystal Balls so I don't run out of mana. This, however, is a very scary looking situation. Let's make sure to... okay, it's just gold. I was expecting enemies here. Like a dragon or something. Of course, my allies are idiots, so they're all going to die. And that's fine with me. They deserve to die. They're just allies. If they had been, you know, anything I gave a shit about, it'd be different. These walls make me believe that I'm missing out on what might be in them. but I also don't really care enough to take the energy to try and find out. I would have to dig each of them out, and that would take a long time, and would probably not reveal anything in the end anyway. Suffice it to say that I went in, I got the treasure, I got out. Walking on poison cloud is a really cool tactic for dealing with cloud spawning areas like that. And when I eventually forget poison cloud in a game, because let's be honest, its value totally drops off as more and more enemies become demonic or undead or poison resistant. Like, just picture the kind of enemies you find on the final floor of Zot, or your average floor in Pandemonium. You've got your demons, you've got your demon summoners, you've got your, orbs, orb of enchantments and liches, not orb of enchantments, orbs of fire and liches, and, all manner of nasties. Okay, I actually would like a second ring of sustainabilities. It would make me feel even more secure using my ball. How much mana would I lose? I would lose a lot of mana without Ring of Magical Power, actually. So the way the formula for magical power rings work is it gives you +9, but if you're over 50, then that gets cut in half. So the moment you hit 50, it stops being valuable. Or it starts being less and less valuable, I should say. So I'm right at the cusp of that. What can I drop? Actually, you know what? I'm still carrying a bunch of potion categories that I no longer care for, such as the umpteenth Might Potion. So there's your solution. Sustainabilities, but what am I going to replace? Can I afford to lose 4 strength? No, I cannot. Okay. What would I have to ditch to make losing 4 strength palatable? Firstly, I can totally lose a lot of my books. I'm in no obligation to run around with those. Second, I can lose an extra staff of any one extra staff. And then food is the obvious place to cut. My god, there's so much of it. Okay, there we go. Well, when I look at it that way, I would rather have strength 14. Once I hit Lich form, I will be able to, I'll get +3 strength, so that will help a little bit as well. Wait, did I leave the books behind? Oh shit, I did not want to do that, actually. I mean, the odds of losing those books is infinitesimal. They would have to spawn a jelly who would have to go to the right place. But the pain of losing these books would be, unbearable. Completely unbearable. I have 10 spell levels. Necromutation costs 8. Firestorm costs 9. Put that together, 17 spell levels I'm going to be shopping for pretty soon. I need to gain 7 spell levels. Fulsome Distillation, that's 1. Regeneration, that's 3, so that's 4. And Poison Cloud or Poison Arrow goes, and that's another 6. So that... Or I could lose Animate Dead, and that's 4 more, that's 8, and then that's the 7 that I need to lose. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is memorize Dig right now, and then drop the Book of Stocking. I know it sounds like doing the opposite of what I said I was going to do, but I like Dig. It's a really good late game spell. I kind of want to unmemorize Fulsome Distillation. I have an alternate transmutation and necromancy spell, so I can continue to train necromutation. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. And now I have 7 spell levels. I'm 1 short for necromutation. When the time comes to memorize it, I will just make the appropriate adjustments. 36%. That's actually pretty reasonable. Firestorm at 12. What else? Let's lose some... I just want to lose weight in order to be able to maintain carrying stuff that I'm taking right now. I already have a ring of strength plus 4, don't I? Oh, you know what I should do? It's so obvious. I should trade my ring of strength plus 4 for my AC plus 3. Yeah, the convenience is totally worth a minor loss of AC. 3 more AC isn't that big a deal to me. I can come back for this later if push comes to shove. Alright. Floor's complete. I'm gonna actually go straight on to 24. But I'm kind of leery of this particular opening, because if a horde of stronger creatures showed up, I have very little in the way of choke points to work with. Ooh, it's a mad wizard. Wonder what he's angry about. Wow, what a nice treasure trove. That's might be my 3rd or 4th book of Thingamabob. Oh, he's not a angry wizard, he's a crazy wizard. At least one of these types is immune to poison, but by the looks of it, they're pretty variable. Some are, some aren't, so I'm just gonna flood with poison to begin. And whoever is immune will, ignore it. Then I'm going to switch to my fire staff and start pounding these things. Parasitic laboratory rat. Armored beastly. The variety of types. I wish to God I could just get in there and shoot a fireball, but my ally just blocked the fucking door. Oh my god, they're casting spells. Well, you know what, ally? You get to die for your stupidity, blocking my shot. That was a really cool mini vault. That's what they're called when there's like these obviously pre-programmed areas of the game. That was a really cool one. Do I have any summoning spells that isn't butterflies? No? Okay. I will eventually want one, but for now I'll just work without it, I guess. I'm really hesitant to give up Poison Cloud. It's still helping a lot. I guess I can just give up Anime Dead already. Where's Amnesia? Yeah, there it is. Anime Dead can go. Once I'm up to like 14, I think that's when I'm gonna gun it and start working on making necromutation work. What I really need is that Ring of Wizardry. Once I have that available, I'll be able to do a lot better for castability. I wonder what this one does. Let's lose all of this crappy meat that I'm carrying. It was a Wanda Fireball, and I was dumb enough to use it at melee range. That's just idiotic of me. Let's just burn them. I don't even need to put on repel missiles. I just need to kill them. Nice thing about Animate Skeleton is it's cheap. Ignore that. Burn that. Actually, what is this HK? Aw, you didn't even get a chance to throw your little watch. You did get a chance to throw your little watch, and it didn't do any damage. Okay, now you hurt me. God damn it. Let's put on regeneration, and let's stop taunting the stone giants. I forget where I heard this, but never ever taunt the monster. Ever. Maybe when it's dead and burned, and its ashes are scattered, and... Oh, it was SF debris. When it's dead and burned, and its ashes are scattered, and all of the rites and rituals have been said to make sure it can't resurrect, then maybe you can laugh at it. Quietly. Alone. In your basement. Where nobody can hear you. Whoa, I was eating grapes, and apparently an orc warlord showed up while I was busy. I would love to blink. I'm gonna blink. There we go. It was possible to blink into a worse situation, but extremely unlikely. Damn, my slaves are taking all the credit. If it hadn't been for those assholes, I would have had more experience. Of course, if it hadn't been for those assholes, I would have not been able to blink with nearly as much confidence that it would help me out in the long run. Okay, let's go ahead and dump all of this meat that I don't want. I will eventually turn off picking up chunks because it's just tedious. Though, by the looks of it, I probably will have lich form before that becomes a problem. And in lich form, it gets automatically turned off. Okay, that was cool. Okay. I'm still carrying a bunch of contaminated chunks. It's nice because I've just been able to work with nothing but Fireball, and Fireball is hungerless, I believe, or close enough. So, yeah. That's Dungeon Floor 24, and still... Well, how's Necromutation looking now? It's 63% without Wizardry, so with Wizardry, it's 26. That's good enough. Let's go for it. Yes. Okay. This is going to require me to shuffle my spells. Repel Missiles is going to be moved to E and Necromutation to X. Ta-da! Ta-da! Hungerless. Ta-da! Life Protection. Ta-da! And at Hungerless casting, I can channel mana infinitely for free, but I am going to have to keep switching back to the Staff of Wizardry to recast this. So this is not at all a complete solution. I really need a Ring of Wizardry to be comfortable with this setup. But what I can do is look for where I'm going to get my remaining spell levels. I picked up Dig, so now I need to lose another 6. I'm sorry, Poison Cloud, but I'm having a hard time justifying your existence right now. Regeneration, on the other hand, I'm not having a hard time. I know what its justification is. There isn't one. Get rid of it. It's only here because I haven't already decided to eliminate it yet. Let's see, 3 levels. I need 6 more. 3 more from Regenerate for a total of 6. And I have the Dig spell. That's just a utility spell, but it is a damn good utility spell. Dig can save your life. Of course, I have a Dig wand to do that job for me, so, you know. And here's the thing, once I level up, I'll get 1 more spell level, and if I level up spellcasting another level, I'll get another spell level, so it's not like I'm, at the end of the day, going to have to make these choices. At the end of the day, I'll get to have my cake and eat it too, I'll get all of them. It's just in the interim, I have to make these choices. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lose Iron Shot, and then instead of proceeding through the dungeon, I'm going to backtrack and go to the the Elven Halls. Elven Halls, everything is poison vulnerable anyway, for the most part. So Iron Shot shouldn't be necessary unless I get Abyssed. I will carry the book with me to handle that on the... No, and then I'll have Firestorm. So I can deal guaranteed damage anyway. I will re-pick up Iron Shot in the long run when I need a good single target damage spell that's reliable against poison-resist enemies. Until that happens... Yeah. That's probably what I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's get to work. Where's my nearest Amnesia Scroll? Because I don't want to lose the ability to... Wow. It's awesome. Oh, I can't channel in this. Give me wizardry. Oh, also this hatchet is now pretty much useless to me because it's a holy weapon. So I would have constant issues with trying to wield it in lich form. This would be a good chance to crystal ball and then... Oh, I can crystal ball without turning off wizardry. Intriguing. Of course, by the way, for those of you who haven't taken the moment to admire it, please note the octo-lich sprite is fucking awesome. It's actually an octopode lich. Where's that? I was going for amnesia, right? Let's go for the amnesia scroll. Nearing end. Burn. Burn. Nesta. I really need a ring of wizardry. Hopefully the treasure trove at the end of the Elven Halls will help. Okay. This is a scenario I had not yet thought ahead to. Now that I have necromutation, but it still has significant miscast potential, it's only a matter of time before I start accumulating a few higher contamination / miscast effects, including some really dangerous ones. In order to handle that, it's going to be prudent for me to have resist mutation available. Alright, Iron Shot, I will miss you, but I'll see you later, so, yeah. Firestorm, come on in. We have been waiting for you. Firestorm is a far more dangerous spell to miscast, but it is mercifully level 9. With wizardry. Without wizardry, all of these things are just too dangerous to actually toy with. Let's lose the grapes and lose the meat here. Just stick to bread and, well, we'll keep the meat actually. Keep a meat. Ow. Abilities. I'm used to going AF, so I'm just going to change this to F. Exit lich form, and while I'm here, I'm going to eat up my hunger status. I'm going to eat out of hunger status. I want to be fully engorged unless I'm in this form. Oh, crap. Okay. Orcish Mines is the next target. I have not actually discovered the location of the hidden rebel base. I mean the Elven Halls. Just anywhere. So, I know that they're here in Orc 3, and this is where the dig spell will come in handy. Ta-da! I just happened to get it right in the first try. Alright, that's a good stopping point. Next vid, we'll try and rape some orcs. I mean elves. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.